This is CB Smallwood, and you're watching Mental Junk Food, the place where we talk about all things comics, sci-fi, horror, fantasy, pop culture, and everything in between. And today we're going to do hopefully a quick review of Absolute Batman. And if you saw the thumbnail, you pretty much know that I am enthusiastic about this comic, and you should be too. And with that said, let's go ahead and get into it. And I will say that first, I'm going to try my best not to spoil stuff, but it's hard because each and every single page in this comic has a twist. It plays with the Batman universe, with the characters that we all know and love, but they present them in a different way, in a different light, and everything's just different, but in a good way. And this is very much a, I don't know if he's like this term or not. It's almost like a more free-balling Heroes are born. More, the best comparison is the Ultimates, Marvel's Ultimates. But anyway, let's get into this. So this is a part of the All-In, the DC All-In event that they got going on with the Absolute Universe. And first and foremost, a lot of people picked on this character for one reason or another because the head's too small. But the thing is, when you build muscle mass, the head does not get bigger. The body gets bigger, but not the head. But I will say that I thought that the whole cape wing thing kind of looked a little odd or a little weird. But I was willing to give it a chance. Because it's supposed to be different, and once you actually get into the comic book, you'll be like, hey, you know what, this is actually pretty cool. We get an ad here for All-In Wonder Woman. I like the tattoo bit that's going on, and the Hell Horse, or whatever this is. No Island, no Amazons, and Absolute Fury. And that's going to be written by Kelly Thompson, art and cover by Hayden Sherman. Meet Diana, Princess of Hell, beginning in October. Okay. And I'll try to skip through some of this really quick. We're getting some flashbacks. This down here is a young Bruce Wayne, and this is his moment that led to him becoming what this universe is Batman. Really cool gun here. Absolute Batman the Zoo, part 1 of 5. And I recommend that if you read this comic, go look up the Crow soundtrack and play that along with this, or listen to Nirvana Something in the Way for, I think it's the Batman soundtrack. I can't remember what it was called, that movie, where Batman was an actual detective in it. And speaking of that movie, this comic kind of is inspired by that. It's like, oh, I liked how they did this and that, so he took those elements, Scott Snyder did, the writer on this, and kind of put a little bit of that in here. And so listen to that music, kind of helps set the mood. And when you get the comic and you look at the city's very beautifully illustrated. I thought that was pretty cool. I like the art. The art's very offbeat. If you're, let's see, I'm trying to think how to put it. It's a very Image Comics indie looking style. When Image kind of abandoned the 90s comic style that they were known for, they embraced like this indie style. That's because that's all the people that they were hiring, and it kind of saved Image Comics, when the bubble burst. And for whatever reason, Marvel Comics, they decided that they wanted to do the same thing, but I don't think it worked out well for them, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? But here, DC has this artist that has very much kind of an indie flavor to him, but it works so well for this comic, in my opinion. And you have a protagonist, antagonist. You don't know who, what role this guy's going to play. I mean, you got a hunch. The dude in the motorcycle. And he's a mercenary. He's, hired to observe some stuff going on here. We get Bruce Wayne, what we think is Bruce Wayne training, And then bam, the real Bruce Wayne shows up. And look at the power behind, his punches and strikes. I love the kinetic energy that this artist has. And I promise you, I'm not going to flip through the whole book, just enough to give you an idea. And the coloring on this comic is awesome. And for some of you, you may think, oh, coloring, it's kind of cheesy. No, it's not. It sets the mood, man. Like, wherever there's not much line work, the colorist comes in and adds a lot more depth. Like on this panel right here, the muscle rendering and stuff. And I love the fact that the colorist knows when to pull back and not try to overcolor. You look at the sound effect of boom as the punching bag just explodes. We get introduced to a lot of different characters. This is the big bad in the comic, okay? And he's part of the, I think it's the Party Animals. Now I'm going to skip some pages here because we don't need to see all that, right? I'm going to go here. Now we're seeing Batman in action. And look how the cape whips out and throws people around and all this other stuff. This is fantastic. How can you not like this? The comic is just full of, like, every 2 to 3 pages, you're getting what feels like a twist to me, or a really cool reveal in some way. I love how Scott Snyder, the writer of this comic, is able to basically, he's really good at crafting and creating worlds, and this really feels like a lived-in world. And the artist here is phenomenal. He's great with action, storytelling, and he can do more with tiny panels than what most artists can. I love this right here. This is pretty cool. Let me zoom in here. So Batman goes and beats up everybody and their mother, and this guy shows up. He's like,
"This hand has killed more people than you can count. Now, I'm going to give you one chance. Get the Blake out of our way."
And then, like, after all that violence, he pulls out this tool, he clips onto his chest. Oh, it's a battle axe. Oh man, that's really killer. And look at that. So this is absolute Batman, and it is, in my opinion, absolute fun. That probably should have been the thumbnail. Somebody probably steal that, but that's fine. But absolute fun. I enjoyed this. I'm not going to reveal anything else. I think there's plenty enough here that, if you was kind of on the sidelines, you was kind of on the straddle pole about it, this will hopefully help you make up your mind whether you're going to get the book or not get the book. And I know I've been kind of vague about all the characters. It has pretty much all the characters that are in the regular DC universe, except for they play in different roles now. There's different situations, and it's a fun comic. It is absolutely a fun comic. You should check it out. Let's look at the cover. Scott Snyder writer Nick Dragotta is the penciler, and I think Frank Martin might be the colorist. Look this guy up. Where's he at? Where's this colorist at? I just need the name. Give me a name. It's not going to give me a name, is it? Well, that's just how it is. But anyway, it might be more toward the end of the book. But awesome job. Everybody did really great. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to go to the comic book store and try to find a copy. And my prediction is you need to go out and get this first issue, because I think this will grow into a big thing. I don't know if sales are going to be slow starting out, but I imagine it's going to take off at some point. And so get this first issue. I think it's worth it. Get the all-in special. I recommend getting that, because that kind of explains this a little bit, And I think this is a really fun jumping on point for DC Comics, if you're a new reader. And unlike Ultimate Comics, I feel like from Marvel, I think it actually takes it a step further with trying different things, maybe. And I could be wrong about that. So I will be checking out some of the other Absolute books. And if you like this review or didn't like it, whatever, let me know in the comments down below. Has your mind changed about getting Absolute Batman, or is it about the same? Let me know about that, because I'm kind of curious of whether or not Ian's going to get this or not. And please help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm trying to get there. Every little bit helps. And as always, this is CB Smallwood, and I will see you in the next video.